Let's Uncommon Fossil today, taking a look at Regidrago with the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. Finally getting around this. I'm a big fan of Regidrago. Apex Dragon lets you, for Grass, Fire, lets you copy the attack of any Dragon Pokemon. Discard pile, really nice box-style deck. Legacy Star ability is really good. Discard the top 7 cards of your deck. Put 2 cards from your discard pile back in your hand. That can be good early game to help set up, get some attackers in the discard pile, because you can't actually do any damage if you don't have a copy, any attackers to copy. Or, you know, you can recover in a spec like Prime Catcher as well. So sometimes if you need Prime Catcher for game at the last turn, you might even deck yourself out in the process. But hey, if you take knockout for game, that's all good too. So, you know, just helps set up 3 copies of the V-Star, 4 of the V. Look, I did the deck initially, I think Gardenia's Vigor, which is a fun way to do it. You can potentially attack turn 2 with Regidrago V-Star, but it's not super consistent. That's a given. I've done it with Arceus V-Star. Recently, well, since Dragapult EX came out, right? That's just made the deck a lot better. And Arceus V-Star does help the deck set up consistently. I like that about it, but you can't use your Regidrago V-Star attack until turn 3 then, at the earliest. That's not ideal. So with this build, we can do it turn 2 relatively consistently. It's a bit higher roll, that's what I'll say, but I do think it's the best build in that a decent chunk of the time, more often than not, you're attacking with Regidrago V-Star turn 2, and that's very nice because of the Teal Mask ability on Ogerpon EX, right? It's a 210 HP basic Pokemon. I believe it's a Terra-type Pokemon, and it's got the Teal Mask ability. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Grass Energy card from your hand to this Pokemon. If you attach energy to the Pokemon this way, draw a card, so energy into play, that's good. Drawing cards, that's good. We can attack with it as well. Myriad Leaf Shower for 3 grass does 30, plus 30 more for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So that, you know, hits obviously for grass weakness when that's needed. And just another attacking option is good there. And, you know, it's good. We do have to play Energy Switch to kind of get the energies on to the Regidrago. So you have to have the energies, some grass energies in hand in order to at least one to be able to use the Teal Dance. So those are some of the pieces that have to happen. That's where it gets a little inconsistent to me, where it's a little high roll. But it comes together more often than I would have expected, I will say, having been playing the deck. So definitely, and when it comes together, you do win most of the time. So I do think this is the best way to play it with the deck. All right, getting to the attacking options. So anyway, 4 copies of Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. You don't really want 4 in play. I guess you could play 3, but you're probably going to need to get 3 down at some point over the course of the game. At least 2, certainly. Dragapult EX, 1 copy. There's some deck play 2 copies, which, because it's very good. But you know, I want other cards for consistency. That's why I'm just playing the 1 copy. But Phantom Dive, right, for 2 does 200 damage, 60 to one of your bench Pokemon. And obviously we pay the grass colorless instead. Don't have to worry about the attack cost there. We play Raging Bolt EX, which is very good. This does the big damage, generally. The second attack, Bellowing Thunder. You discard any amount of basic energies from your Pokemon, so it's attached in-play energies. Does 70 per energy discard that way, so very nice multiplier. Can one-shot anything, very good. The 2 downsides are, 1, it is a basic Pokemon who may end up starting it, and we don't want it in play. The retreat cost is 3, that's not good, and we cannot pay the attack cost for the second attack. We can't ever do damage with it, so we don't. That's the downside to it, but it does allow us to one-shot tanky Pokemon. The other thing is you're discarding a lot of energies from play. If we're using this copy of this attack to take out something with high HP, if we get rid of all our energies in play, there's a good chance we can't attack the next turn because we need to get 3 energies onto the Regidrago V-Star the following turn. It's possible, but it's not always likely. So just, you got to be careful with when you do it. You might want to save it, or if you think you're not going to not attack for a turn or 2, make sure you put yourself in a really good game state that's okay. Hisuian Goodra V-Star, really nice. Rolling Iron attack, does 200, and you take 80 less damage from attacks the following turn. And it's this Pokemon, the attacking Pokemon takes less damage, so if your opponent switches or evolves, it's not an effect on the attack on the defending Pokemon, so that's good. Taking less damage is always good. And then Noivern EX, which is really good in a number of matchups. Covert Flight does 70, not huge numbers, but then it's immune to it. You prevent damage done from attacks by basic Pokemon. There are obviously with Ancient and Future decks that potentially can just win you the game, so that's really nice there. Then Dominating Echo does 140. Opponent can't play any special energy or stadium cards from hand. That could be a situation as well. Obviously, like with Legacy Energy and format, it may be more useful. When it came out early on, Mew VMAX was a real thing. Was a real deck, a major deck, and that this was potentially could be very good against that. Special Energy Denial isn't as good now. Lugia is good, but primarily Lugia is accelerating with Archeops, and that doesn't stop that. Mew EX gives us a pivot. It gives us a bit of a draw with the restart ability. Once turning your turn, you draw 3 cards in hand, which is nice, because that part of it is the deck doesn't have a good engine. We have the Teal Mask Ogerpons, but if we don't have that in play and Grass Energy in hand, we don't have any draw. So potentially some draw there. Free Retreat, that's good. And Genome Hacking Attack, we can use that in games for sure too. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And then a copy of Cleffa. It's the one single prize Pokemon, so if it gets knocked out, we don't care. It doesn't actually change. Everything else is 2 prize Pokemon, so having one single prize Pokemon knocked out doesn't matter, so don't worry about it against a Lost Zone deck sabling it or a Greninja taking it out. It doesn't really. Your opponent's not going to win any faster, or if Dragapult wants to take it out, again, that's okay. You're not going to win the game any faster, but it's free retreat and grasping draw for no energy. You draw, they have 7 cards in hand. Going second, this can be, this is probably the starter you want if you're going second. And just because you can attach to your Regidrago V on the bench and draw some cards, and you can retreat for free. Or if it's knocked out, you don't care. So it's a nice in the deck, I think for sure. All right, the energy count playing 3 fire Pokemon, 3 grass energy, and 9 basic grass energy. So 3 fire, 9 grass. That's a count I'm comfortable with. You could play around with a little bit, but that's where I'm at with that. All right, getting Pokemon in play, I'd like to start with that. 4 Nest Balls, just really good there. We got to get these basics going. They're high HP, so Buddy PAF, it doesn't work. 4 Ultra Balls, we get to discard Pokemon cards. That's good, preferably Dragon Pokemon. And we need these evolutions as well as the basics, so it gets us that. Very nice there. And then 1 copy of Capturing Aroma. You could put more copies in, but you have to cut something for it. Flip a coin, search your deck either for an evolution or a basic, depending on the result. Ideally, you generally want to get a evolution so you can then discard it with your Ultra Ball or the Earthen Vessel. Play 4 copies of that. We need the grass energies in hand, right? Discard a card. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energies. A lot of times it's a grass energy and a fire energy, or 2 grass if you need to accelerate to multiple Ogerpons. We need to attach a fire by hand to the Regidrago, so that's nice there. And of course, discarding those dragon attackers is a good thing. 1 switch card is useful. We definitely need it sometimes. More could be good, but that's all we got. We do play 1 copy of Penny, so that can get us our Mew EX out of play. We can scoop up one of the Ogerpons as well after it's got a bunch of energy accelerated to it. Or, 2 things. 1, if your opponent's pinging away on your Ogerpon, and pick it on 1. After at some point you scoop it up with Penny before it gets knocked out, and the energies go to hand. So actually you can play down a grass energy, accelerate to it, you scoop it up, and then you get the grass energy to use again. So I like Penny in the deck. I think it makes a lot of sense. Finishing hitting the supporters, 4 Professor's Research, need Pokemon on the discard, just makes a ton of sense. 2 Iono, very useful there, and 3 Bosses Orders. Boss is just really good with 3 copies. You're going to probably lose a copy somewhere along the way. A lot of these games with a deck like this, I think you need to boss twice probably, so or at least be prepared to, or once prize. So having 3 boss makes it pretty safe to do 3 bosses over the course of the game. Prime Catcher TEF spec. Let's see what else we have. We play Energy Switch. This is really important to the deck, and I'm finding I'm having this in hand more often than I would expect. It's 4 copies because it's super critical, right? We accelerate energy to the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then the grass energy, and then we got to move it on to the V-Star, so we kind of, to attack turn 2, we have to hit Energy Switch, at least one of those. We want to go first, we can attach manually that turn, and we can attach the following turn, but we need to move over 1 energy, so if we just need 1 energy switch over the first 2 turns, there's a good chance we get it. 2 Superior Energy Retrievals, discard 2 cards, again, good to get rid of Dragon Pokemon, put up to 4 basic energies into our hand. maybe I'll grass so we can accelerate with Ogerpon, or grab a fire that we need to manually attach as well. So that's really good in the deck, and I think that is the 60. And like I said, I'm finding this to be a very good and pretty consistent deck. It's a little bit high roll, but it works more often than not, and when it does, the payoff's tremendous. Let us take a look at the deck in action. All right, this is game number 3 since I've been trying to record. The deck was really flowing when I was testing it out before, but now that I'm sitting down to record, it is not setting up. I've had 2 rough starts. You know, I still will say I think it's the best build because you can do your Regidrago VSTAR attacking turn 2 certainly more than you can with the other decks. With Arceus VSTAR, you're never doing it, and with the Gardenia's Vigor, you can some, but it's more of that's a fun build. That is not. Oh, so I got to watch out there. Watch out here. Okay, so because they're going to try to trap me. So, but it's not a bad spot to be in. So, do this. I'm going to get down. I don't want Cleffa in play. That would be very bad. They might be able to get him out of my deck, of course. I will get down an Ogerpon, which I can attack with decently. So I'll accelerate to him. I probably move the Energy Regidrago V. I have Energy Switch, so I think I want to set that up. We'll attach. I will Energy Switch, and it's not great, but okay, I have another Grass Energy. I can accelerate. I can switch it over. I can attack with the Regidrago V next turn. My opponent might gust up my Ogerpon, in which case I might just attach and kind of chill. I just got to be prepared for some chilling with this game too. So TM Evolution, right? So because they're going to make it hard for me to retreat. So they're going to get something stuck, and also they increase the retreat cost, and that's what they do damage based on. So, and Regidrago retreat cost is high, so it's not going to be good for me either. I've really got to get things going. This is, I could almost essentially win the game this turn if I was able to get a, so what's this guy do here? Okay, okay, Hisuian Zoroark, so they're going to get me stuck there and then knock me out with him, which attacks for free. So I have a switch card in hand, and that's actually very good, right? That's very good. And I have Energy Switch, so all right, I need to do. I guess I need to drop Mew into play, which I don't like. With this matchup, I don't like it, but I need to get going, right? The Mew. I'll draw 2 cards with Mew. Am I going to regret this? I might. I really might. I could switch into the Mew, but the switch is just good to keep. Because they're gonna want to get me stuck there and do bad things to me. I'll get rid of the Cleffa this turn because, I'm gonna get rid of Cleffa this turn. Because if they play Erica's Invitation, actually I want 2 grass, right? 2 grass. Do I attach from hand this turn? And if I do, where do I put it down? So I'm just gonna attack. Because whichever card I attach the energy to, they're going to gust up the other Pokemon. I think that's what's going to happen. So I will do this. So not bad. And if they can't evolve into Spidops, then I'm going to take him out with, all right, Iono. That's good for me. I'm going to switch into the Mew. I'm going to accelerate to the Ogerpon. So, just want to get energies on everybody. And I'm going to... We'll see if they don't get Spidop, if they don't get to evolve into something else, then I think I want to take out the Tarantula, right? I'm going to attack, but we'll see. I might, they might Iono me as well, which will be awkward. So we'll see what they grab here for a supporter. Nothing, so that's awesome. Awesome for me, not awesome for them, of course. And yeah, that also thinned a card. So it was, even though they missed, so the Iono, that's unfortunate. I only have 1 switch card in deck, so That's really bad. Now I can evolve, so that part's really good too. Energy Retrieval. Okay, I can use that. All right, so this isn't bad here. This is not bad. I have to think what else do I want more Pokemon in play. Okay. So this turn I'm going to evolve to get out of the situation I'm in, which is good. Do I have an attacker? I have Goodra. Okay. That's okie dokie. So I will... let's think here. Get rid of this. I'll get rid of the Nest Ball. I don't think I really want more guys going. Might just use the VSTAR power this turn as well. See what I have here. I have Dragapult. I have Noivern. Okay. So I'm not going to get knocked out once I evolve. That part's very good. That part's very good. So I will... Right? Hang on. What's the status effect? My retreat cost is more. That part's okay. I just have one energy there, right? So I will do that. I will accelerate here. I draw one. I could do Mew either before or after. It doesn't particularly matter. Grass energy is good. So I'm going to attach here. I'm going to use Mew. I might save my VSTAR power because it's still very good, right? Okay, get down another Regidrago V. I like that. Do I want to... Actually, I'm going to grab this Regidrago V, and I'm going to discard the other guy, because I don't think I want that many in play, but just thinning the deck. Okay, this is a nice hand as well, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to discard him, grab some energies, Grass of Fire. I haven't attached, or no, I attached already, didn't I? Sorry, that was a mistake, but it's okie dokie. So no, don't use the Star Legacy, don't use my VSTAR power, and I can use get back. Right, so I think I want to spread some damage, right? So let's wait. What do I have? So Rolling Iron. Hang on, so I do this one. I take the knockout, and I will start. Actually, he gets to 200, which means I can then one-shot him. So that's really good, right? I can now with 60, he's down to 200 HP, so I can blow him up. That's good. If they get 2 energies, they blow me up, I think. No, I don't even know what they do. What is my retreat cost now is 4, so that's an extra 120. So they concede. So look, it was. I mean, obviously it wasn't like up against the top deck there, but got the win. Wanted to be careful that matchup, not to overbench, and you know that the deck came together reasonably well that game. It wasn't optimal, but it came together at least such that I could attack and was able to dig together the pieces to get the win. All right, we will see. I will hopefully go second. I mean, hopefully go first. I get to go first, and this, you know, sitting down to record, this one has been rough. I got 1 win so far at I think 4 games. All right, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not great. I just have been gotten rough start after rough start, and it's one of these things I tested in the deck. You know, kind of doing testing before recording the deck overview and before sitting down to record these games, and things were flowing most of the time. It didn't set up every time, but it was setting up pretty consistently. Now it's just really struggling. Iron Thorns. So this is kind of all right, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, I will just see what I can do here. And then you're gonna Earthen Vessel here. I'll probably Earthen Vessel next turn. So we'll see what happens. Iron Thorns is an I mean, look, it's bad for me because I lose my abilities. I can't use the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Is it a quad Iron Thorns deck or is it a future box? That's a big deal too. Or is it like a Lost Zone or something that techs in that? Wow, ditching their Prime Catcher. All right, so it is a future box. And they're just, okay, toss in Iron Hands. Okay, a bit, yeah, I mean, it does bigger damage at 160. They whiffed energy, so that's good. You know, since it's not a Quad Iron Thorns deck, I will be able to use my abilities at some point, so that's good. They might just play the one Iron Thorns anyway, so they needed to get something on the bench and start accelerating to it. It's probably future hands with an Iron Thorns. Maybe that's what they're playing. All right, this could go very poorly for me, very poorly. Okay, they're not gonna get the attack this turn. 160, 70. So they have free retreat. Okay, and I assume they're just gonna pass. Now, yeah. So okay. So I probably use my boss here, right? I will. Let me think. I need to thin out. No, I'm trying to think here. Do I? All right, I'm gonna boss here. Get him into the active. So I might just be. So I'm buying myself some time here. I can attack as well now, which is good. What do I get rid of here? Get rid of the fire energy. I'm not certain which way I want to go. Grab 2 grass. I will attach. I will attack. And I have to be careful, though, if I knock him out next turn, which I can. It could be bad for me, right? So I don't like, do I want to use my ability next turn or not? You know, I don't know. But right now they're doing nothing. So it gets tricky, my position. Oh, they have Arpin. Okay, so they're going to attack. And will they have game? Right, they can, they're going to grab another future booster energy capsule, give them free retreat. They need third energy, 160, 70, 80. Yeah, they just need another Iron Crown. Oh, okay. They just need Iron Crown, and they would have won the game, right? Because they do well, they need energy as well. That's true. They need energy, so they're gonna lose in my hand. So they need a. They need a tool. They just need an Iron Crown. They need an energy and an Iron Crown, and they win, right? Because right now it's do one. Okay, but that's it. Oh, that's right. They played Arvin already, so. Okay. I'm going to have to attach the accelerated energy here. I can't attack accelerated energy, can I? So this is terrible. So I'm going to lose this next turn. I think. It's not guaranteed. I mean, they're going to Iono. It depends what they get, right? So, I mean, I could drop down Regidrago, but he's horrible, right? He's just horrible to have. I actually could have benched him, and I could have Burst Roar. But then I lose 2 Regidragos, and that's not good. So, energy and Iron Crown, and they win the game. Okay, this is better than I've had previously. Just need energy, and they win now, right? I believe 160, 70, 80, 200. I believe they're doing 220. Looks like they might miss the energy, though. So that's super awesome. So that means I live, and I actually have damage on 2 of their Pokemon, so I can, which is good for me. So I'm just kind of working through it. They did heal up some. Oh, okay. No, that's right. That's all they needed. So they have game. Wait. Oh, they didn't have energy. That's super. That's right. They didn't have energy. Okay. So Regidrago V. Okay, this gets interesting. How do I want to work this? I think I do want to take out Iron Hands, though, don't I? I do want to switch, though, too, right? So what do I discard here? I'm gonna go this route, which is very sketchy, very, very sketchy, but it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I think I'd like to take out the Iron Hands. That's my thought there. Okay, I'll do this. Bench him, and I will 180. So if I get what I'm at 180, 210. So I could, you know what? If I get an energy switch, I take the knockout this turn, right? So I kind of like that, actually, right? I do like that. Okay, 210. So energy switch, and I have knockout. And I have a decent chance of getting it. I missed it, but that's okay. I have discard the Raging Bolt, and do I want Mew? I might want Mew in play, right? I have two. I don't. I'm gonna discard this. I'm going. Let me grab. I mean, that's not the energy I wanted, unfortunately. But so let me see what I can do here. Actually, I'm not going to draw any cards at all, am I? So this isn't really good at all. This is bad. This would qualify as bad. I could retreat. But then I need switch too, right? See that this is a bit mistaken turn. I didn't calculate that I wasn't going to draw with Mew. I thought I was going to draw a card, but I needed to get a grass energy back, and then I would have been, well, it wouldn't have been any better. I would have seen a card off that. So they probably take the knockout. Well, they just need an energy from hand to take the knockout, which I don't like. So they should hit the energy here, right? Now I have 3 Pokemon that I have softened up a lot, though. So that's the really good news, right? There is very good news this game in that I've softened them up a lot. So I don't love the way I played that turn, right? It was not a good turn. But if I get my 3 energies on this guy, right? Then I take him out and I get an extra. I need 2 energy switch, right? I haven't discarded any yet, right? So that's actually very good. So this is not bad at all. Start working on this. Oh, this is a dream. This is a dream. So I'm gonna take 3 prizes this turn. So, and I think I researched this turn as well, right? So I will attach active to make sure I guarantee the knockout. And okay, it's not bad. I can accelerate 1 energy here. Let me do this first. Let me try and thin my deck some first, though. Heads, which is okay. That's actually pretty good. So I want Dragapult to disc. Actually, Noivern's really good too, right? Do they play Psychic Energy? I think I want Dragapult. Because I have the damage spreader on the way I do, I'll do that. But let me accelerate the energy here. This is a really nice position I'm in now. And I'll grab the. Oh, that's good. I'll grab. I have attached per turn, right? So I'll get rid of both these guys. Do I want to get the V-Star, or do I want to get the... I'll play it safe here. Play it safe. I'll do this. This is is fine. So I will just take the knockout now. Thank you very much. Take the extra prizes. So this is a nice turn here. Very nice turn. Probably meandered my gameplay a bit here. Okay. I mean, I just have to be careful, because if I Regidrago, I discard with the V-Star power. I discard 7. I draw for turn, so I'm getting that's 8 cards if I do that minimum. Assuming I don't, and if I Teal Mask Ogerpon, I get more cards. So this is a game where Regidrago V-Star's power is to close out the game, right? which it certainly could be. So I want to get the Dragapult. Well, how do I want to work this here? So bossing me up. Okay. All right. I mean, it's a solid play. I get it. It's awkward. What have I played? Just two energy switches. Okay, so 2 energy switches. I'll evolve you. Let me discard this guy and grab Noivern EX, because he may just win the game for me too. What do I have? I have 1 energy switch. I don't have switch in deck. Okay, so that's okie dokie. Hopefully it's okie dokie, right? Hopefully. All right, so I can't attack. No, well, I can use my V-Star power, but okay, that's very sketchy to do that. I think I want to... That's okay. I want to fail there. I do have switch and discard. I do have my Prime Catcher too, right? So I'm gonna... All right, so what do I grab here? So I want, whoops, I need Energy Switch, obviously. I want Prime Catcher, I think, and Energy. I don't even Energy Switch with Prime Catcher, though, do I? No, I still do need it. Okay, so an Energy Switch. Okay, so that gets me what I need. I will then... So what do I want to do? I want to take out this guy. Well, I can take you out. And I'll send you up. And this is okie dokie. One there. One there. I will attach here. And I will just attack. I do 200 and play 6, which is all very nice, right? So I need to put 40 there, right? 40, so you're at 60, and I'll place what? I have 10 to place. I'll place 10 here. Okay. So down to 1 prize. I have Iono. I've used my V-Star power. They could stall me out. We'll, I think. All right, I have boss, though. So I have, well, if they gust up my other Regidrago V-Star, it's going to be tricky, though. It's going to be tricky. I don't know if I have the resources to pull it off, honestly. I'm out of Spirit Energy Retrieval. I think my last prize is Energy Switch, which would get me what I need. So we'll see what happens. If they boss me, I am in a lot of trouble. If they gust up an Ogerpon, that's okay. I have an energy in hand, so he's okay. It's the Regidrago V-Star that's a problem. But the researching, I have boss. Oh, they set up a guy with free retreat, which makes a ton of sense. But honestly, I put him so I can hit into whatever, and I just sprinkle my 60 damage there as well. So I'll just do the gust. I mean, I have game anyway, right? So just do this. I don't even need to do that. I will do the 200. I'll take 200 plus placing 6, and I will take 4 prizes this turn. Why not? That's kind of how things were. So I got the win. Did I get the best start? No. Did I work through it? Yes. Obviously, I was able to Mew EX became big that game, that 3-prize turn. Although I had it, I took 3 extra prizes that game than I needed to. So, you know, maybe that didn't matter, but it certainly put pressure on my opponent for sure, which changed the dynamic of the game, and things worked out well that game. All right, sorry for the silence there, zoning out a little bit, but also nothing was happening, so waiting for my opponent to start the game, which they now have, and see what they want to do. So, you know, I'd like to go first, okay, but of course if they go second, it means they're, you know, it's better for them. So it, you know, when your opponent chooses to go second, it's a little scary. Okay, I don't have to start Regidrago this game. Last game I tried, I had to start Regidrago, and that one was very bad, and I made a misplay too right after that. But Regidrago in play isn't good. I mean, this is actually pretty good though. So I got to think through what okay, Mesa Goes is nice as well, because I can discard something else. Raging Bolt. I think a Noivern EX would be nice, right, for this game too, because that way they can't damage with a Chen Pao. They have to attack with something else. They're actually all pretty good in this game, right? The Dragapult smashing the bench is good. Yeah, there's a lot of good things this game. They're going to get away with it. I've said this in other games. I don't like Lumineon Ving one turn when see that it's bad. It's double bad. First off, if I were to play Iono, and honestly, if I draw Iono, I'm going to play it now, because there's 2 things that happen, right? I could disrupt the hand, the Iono, in which case now you've played your Lumineon V, you can't play it again, and you've lost the Iono. And I still, you know, all right, let me do I'll do this. That means I'm kind of committing to research, though, especially if I hit heads, because I want to get rid of the Noivern EX, right? Noivern EX, very good in this matchup. So I'll drop down to Dragapult because I'm going to want him. I mean, Regidrago, sorry, because I definitely want him in play. Yeah, I don't think I want to attack. I guess I should have maybe. I do have Iono. Maybe I do Iono, because I think I'm gonna have to Iono now. Not happy about that at all, but I think I do Iono. Because I know it hurts some, right? It's suboptimal for me to do this, but because because now I know they have Irida, which means they can definitely. Oh, that's right. I do have the Penny to get a basic out of play. I forget about that. Okay, so not terrible. Not terrible at all. And a good hand for next turn. Let's see what I get here. I don't think I want to play Penny. All right, I have Tails. Is this... Okay, what am I getting? Got another Regidrago V down, which isn't bad. And I think I actually moved my energy over, right? Get 2 energies on this Regidrago. I could Penny, I could research. It's all pretty solid. So I'll end turn here. I could, like, dig for me. I could Ultra Ball, probably get rid of the Penny, the Energy Retrieval, which are all good cards. But then research for next turn seems really good. But I like having, and because I'd see 2 more cards. All right, so my disruption didn't ultimately hurt them because they got an Irida. We have a floating card from their deck now. I think it's just a visual glitch. I think it will sort itself out. Right, their deck now has this floating card. Because you click the deck and you see that little top floating card bounce with the deck. So anyway, it should be a visual glitch. I assume they're just looking through the deck. Hopefully the game didn't lock up on them. So back scout. So they must already have the rare candy. But they're going to knock out my active. I do have Noivern in the discard pile. I should be able to attack this turn. It's not guaranteed, but I'd be surprised if I can't, right? The biggest issue is if they they're not going to gust up my Regidrago unless they play Prime Catcher. Okay. And Manaphy's fine. Actually, Manaphy's good because I'm not hitting the bench anyway. I'm placing damage on the bench, so Manaphy doesn't help them. So he's actually a soft target that I can start laying damage into with Regidrago, assuming I have to get something in the discard pile. That's right. I don't have any attackers in the discard pile, so that's not good either. Honestly, if they knock out the active, it's a pretty solid turn for me. I discard probably Energy Retrieval Penny. I will Mesa Goes. If I get heads, then I can get my attacker in the discard pile, which is really good too. I need an energy, but I should hit the energy. So 6 times 4. So they have the knockout. I'm going to wall them off, though, right? I'm going to wall off basics, which means they have to attack with Excalibur, and they shouldn't want to do that, right? So that's okay. Losing all my energy retrievals this turn doesn't feel good, but I think I do need to boss. Tails, that's unfortunate. I will do this, grab. Go at Noivern. Noivern just puts the pressure on him because I don't knock him out, right? That's the thing. The damage numbers aren't huge with this deck. I still need grass energy. I still need a fire energy, and I need an EA. Okay, that's good. And I have energy. Okay, this is pretty good actually, right? So I will evolve. I will. I think do I want to ditch the switch card? Am I comfortable without losing switch this game? I think I want to keep the switch. I'm going to ditch. No, I'm going to ditch the switch because I have Prime Catcher. So grab one of each. I can accelerate energy. That's good. It draws me a card as well. I power my attacker. This is all good stuff. I have a Nest Ball. I guess I energy switch over to my Regidrago VSTAR. You know, the resources I tossed. Actually, I can recover them with my VSTAR power too. So, but I will just attack. I'm happy with what I have here. So I'm just gonna attack with Noivern, Covert Flight. That is. They can't damage this Noivern. And that's good, right? And so we'll kind of see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Look, I don't do a ton of damage to them, so I'm not putting a lot of pressure on them. And it's scary, because even if like next turn I could take them out now with say Dragapult EX, if I got him in the discard pile. I'm not immune to basics, and they can power up, and they're a basic attacker, so they can probably pull off that attack. So I've got to think this through here. Probably that next turn with what I don't know. Also got to draw for turn, but I probably Earthen Vessel away the Nest Ball, accelerate to the Ogerpon. Okay, not sure what they're gonna do here. I can get back 2 energy switches if I need to. I could get back energy retrieval, so those things are all fine. So they're gonna switch into. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I don't take damage, so still from a basic. So I don't know if they think they can reset, or maybe they're gonna like Prime Catcher, which obviously they can knock one of my guys out, but that's okay. 2, I might just use my VSTAR power, and I think I ditch Penny, right? I could then Penny away. Well, I can't Penny away the VSTAR, but I could Penny away the Ogerpon, and just have the VSTAR left. Obviously, they can hit me with. No, they can't. They can only hit. They can attack me with Excalibur. That's the only attacker they have. So, I might want to. Well, I could do a preemptive hit into Excalibur. I 2-shot them with that. No, I actually 3-shot them, which doesn't feel good. So we'll see what happens here. I think if they I have to think through the numbers here. If they were to attack with Baxcalibur, do I want to then, which they don't knock me out, but I can knock them out potentially. I can't at the moment, right? But if I'd have to get, say, Dragapult EX, so that was just an absurd, wow, the way that was. There's so many energies just like cascaded into play. I know I was kind of looking at a card, it changed it some, but that animation was just over the top. Look, they accelerate a lot of energies at once, and it seems like the new thing is they have a time limit for that animation. So the more energies, the faster it has to be, and it just was like just filling the boards with energy. Unfortunately for them, they're not going to damage me, so I don't know what's going to happen. Because if they look at their Hailblade attack, it's saying 0 probably, and they are Hailblading, and it's going to do nothing. And that's really going to be painful, right? Oh, they just did it for 1. Okay, at least they knew to discard just 1 energy. That part is good for them. Let me flip a coin here and see what I get. I got heads, so I do think I want Dragapult with this deck. I do have Raging Bolt. I keep kind of forgetting. I have Raging Bolt in this deck as well to do big damage. So I will get rid of Raging Bolt, the Dragapult. I will grab 1 and 1 because I'll accelerate in the grass and manually attach a fire. I have a Energy Switch in deck still. Okay. I mean, I do have my VSTAR PAR, which I've held off using, which is great as well. It's great I haven't used it. So grass here, Energy Switch, oh, super sweet. So, and of course I can still recover any 2 cards from the discard pile. So I think I just hit into that guy again and say, try to do something to me. See what they do. Look, I'm giving them time to think this stuff through. That's the one thing, right? But look, they can gust up the Ogerpon and they can one-shot him. But I now have 2 Regidragos full energy, right? So that's okay. They can attack with Baxcalibur. That's their one play here. Their one play. At this point, then I knock out the Baxcalibur the next turn. They Prime Catcher. They can switch. That's what they need to do too. They can switch. They need a boss play and take out my other Regidrago VSTAR. Right, they need to take out the guy on the bench, which they could Prime Catcher. I don't think I've seen an A-Spec, have I? No. Or they could Boss, right? But they have to get Boss. And they don't really have the only engine piece. They benched Manaphy, which they should not have done, I don't think. Look, they don't know what I'm playing exactly, too. So I get it. And the fact that they kind of tossed the energies around so unevenly also wasn't good. They thought they had the knock, and I'm pretty sure, because you don't want to leave a Qian Pao with that many energies on it in play, right? It's not a good thing. So, but if I take out the Baxcalibur, they're going to take a knockout the next turn because they have a ton of energy in play, right? So the Qian Pao will one-shot my Regidrago VSTAR. So I just have to be careful about this. I think this is a Noivern, but I'm just going to kind of keep picking away with Noivern EX is all I'm going to do here. That's my play here. So we'll see what they get. So Pidgeot EX. Okay, so that's really big for them. And they might play Canceling Cologne in deck then. They probably do play Canceling Cologne because of Greninja, Radiant Greninja, right? Because they want to Canceling Cologne and Manaphy is what it's probably there for first and foremost. So so they're getting, the game's getting slow, I will say. Eventually I will take the prizes, right? So I just want to keep getting damage on the Qian Pao. Are they going to get some, if they could scoop up the Manaphy, drop down the Pidgey. I have Prime Catcher though, so at this point, if they were to do that, if they were like to penny up the Manaphy and drop down the Pidgey, I gust up the Pidgey, attack with my other Regidrago, and hit, using Noivern's attack, so I'm still immune from basics. So drawing energy, and hey, at this point, I'm going to spread damage till I can take out multiple Baxcaliburs. So they're okay. I mean, that's fine. They could attack with this guy and shuffle him into the deck. So that's their play. They're going to shuffle him into their deck with the attack. That part still works. So now they're going to have a free bench space. So they're going to get Pidgey in play next turn, I'm guessing. And the good news for me there, so they may then, I'll flip my coin. I don't really need anything, but just kind of thinning the deck a little bit's a good thing as well. And let's see. So I don't really want. I mean, the Raging Bolt's not terrible. I mean, he's the big damage guy, right? So I'll grab him. Now, if they were to play Erica's Invitation, that would be bad. I'm assuming they don't, though, right? It's a risk. It is a risk. So I will discard him. Going to keep this Ogerpon in hand because I might want to drop him down. I'll just grab the V-Star because that he can't be put into play by my opponent, and I'll just keep my attack going, and I have Prime Catcher, so that's super nice as well. And I'll Covert Flight, and so just keeping the pressure up. They're going to drop the Pidgey and play this turn, right? That's what I think they're working towards, and they are. So if they Iono me, otherwise I take out the Pidgey this turn and put them back to the spot of, trying to figure out a game plan, right? Like I said, I'm sure they play Canceling Cologne in deck pretty certain. It's probably just a 1/0/1 Pidgey line, I would guess. So certainly it sets them back a turn. I take actually my first prize. They're up on prizes, but as I spread damage around, eventually I will just kind of clean things up too. And of course I can Prime Catcher a second time this game as well, so that's good too. Might as well get this guy powered up, right? Might as well. And, all right, boss is... actually, I'll save the Prime Catcher, right? I'm going to boss this turn. Boss is better, right, I think? Save the Prime Catcher. I'm liking that. Do my attack. Keep myself immune. Covert Flight. You're not going to get Pidgey IDX in play next turn, so that's a win. My first prize. Still behind in prizes, but I am getting there, right? I am getting there. So, sent up the Chien Pao. I mean, they might have the Canceling Cologne in hand. I mean, they could have got with Lumineon in okay, so boss. So they're going to take out my other Regidrago V-Star. Yeah, I mean, that's the play. I get it. That's definitely a smart play. So I might now want to get down... Actually, I think I want to get this Ogerpon out of play. That's what I want to do. It's tricky. It's tricky, but I got to use my V-Star power. I have the Penny, right? Get the Ogerpon out of play, and I'm in really good shape, right? And I have the Gusting cards, so that's really good too. The Baxcalibur's scary. Now the Baxcalibur, though, he 3-shots me, unless they have a tool, which they probably don't. So they're going to take the knockout, though. They're going to lose a lot of energy, so that's good too, which means they need to reaccelerate. They need to get it back in hand and all that stuff too. So I'm going to Penny this turn and probably want a boss as well, right? Penny and boss, because otherwise they win with boss next turn. So, I don't want that to happen. I can tell you that too. So I want a Penny, and I'm pretty sure I want boss. And that should get me where I need to go. So I will Penny. And I will Ultra Ball. Just get the Goodra in the discard pile as well, which I like. I'm just gonna. I don't want anything else in play at this point. I'm just riding this guy out. Knowing that the more turns. Look, my big concern is they start attacking with Baxcalibur, and because that's where things get scary, very scary for me. Very scary. I don't know. Okay, they only got one energy that time, right? Let's just look. So this is good. So their energy is basically in the discard pile. They played two super energy retrievals. They might run out of resources too, right? Because they my scary thing is they got Baxcalibur into play. I think they should have got another Frigibax down, gotten up another Baxcalibur. That was their path to victory to me. They were in trouble, right? Is what I'll say from early on. They could have Radiant Greninja my bench Pokemon as well. That actually would have been probably better. Playing Candace, maybe partly because it's for those challenges. I don't know. I mean, look, Candace is okay. Look at the top 7 cards. Putting a water Pokemon and water energy into hand. It's not great, though. What set's it from again now? Was that Silver Tempest, is it? Or I get confused with the symbols. Or is it Lost Origins? So, okay, so this is good. Just gonna hit this Chien-Pao, get him one hit away from knockout, then gust up the other Chien-Pao, because those are the scary guys, and then I want to, I'd like to get it where I can take game in one turn, right? That's the goal. So, this is good. So I now just attack here. Apex Dragon. Keep selecting my attack so that I'm immune next turn. I want to gust up something else. I don't want to knock out this Chien-Pao yet. That's the big thing. And yeah, so I think okay, let's see what they do. They're accelerating some energies. They have what? Do they just have they have 2 in hand. Wow, they're going to Chien-Pao. I guess they're going to retreat, which is okay, because I was going to boss you out, because I didn't want to knock you out. So, all right, now I'm losing the boss and losing the Prime Catcher. I'll get him back eventually. I actually get 5 cards, so I'm not... All right, got another boss, so that's good. So I have 2 bosses. And actually, it's a 3-boss deck, right? So, not a shock that I drew boss there. And so this is good. Are they going to retreat? They might. Wow, they play 2 Manaphy's in the deck, huh? That's a lot of Manaphy's. I don't think many decks play 2 Manaphy's these days, but they're, if you feel like not having Manaphy is a game loss with your deck, then I get having 2, right? So that or Hisuian Heavy Ball, right? And Manaphy's easier. You can search out a Pokemon easier than an item. Well, they play Irida, so that it can get the Heavy Ball that way. So did they grab any energy? Oh no, they use Radiant Greninja. Wow, okay. I mean, so they have a lot of energy. So 9. Oh, did they play a Rod that recently? Is that what happened too? They played a Rod, got back. Okay, so they Rodded. So they're trying to save the Baxcalibur. That's what they're doing. In that, look, the game's getting long and slow. They're down. They've been playing almost 15 minutes now at their clock. I've been playing 7 minutes, or 8 minutes. So I'm taking a decent amount of time too. But got things going. This is where the Dragapult's really good. Noivern's really good. There are a lot of really good attacking options. So I want to gust up at this point the other Chien-Pao. That's what I want to do here. Just to try to... look, if they have Canceling Cologne in deck, I'm guessing they don't, or at least they don't have access to it, because they should have had it by now, right? They played multiple Iridas at times, I think, when they could have gotten it and taken the knockout. Obviously, look, they could have been, maybe I had Pokemon in play at the time, and they're waiting until I'm down to my last guy, and now I feel confident that he's safe. Maybe they're really being really smart about that. They need what? They need 5 energies in play. They can do that now, I think. Maybe not. It's close, right? It's very close. So see what they do here. So I'm going to attack again, and then I'm a boss away from game, because I can actually take 6 prizes then with Dragapult. EX, right? He's in the discard pile, right? Yes, he is. So all very nice here. I will Apex Dragon. I could have researched just to guarantee the... So Covert Flight. I actually have game next turn, right? So I research and I hit Prime Catcher, and which I can use. I don't have a bench Pokemon, but my opponent does, so I can use Prime Catcher, right? So Irida, let's see. I mean, this could, you know, could they pull it out at this point? I don't think so. I don't think so, but, you know. See what they grab with Irida. Prime Catcher, which they can't use Prime Catcher, but, you know, that might be they might not have anything else item-wise in deck. I don't know. And so I think I research, I Prime Catcher up. I'll Prime Catcher the Lumineon V. I'll knock out Lumineon V and 2 Chien Paos. So I'll grab 6 prizes. I need 5. I could have gussed up the obviously any of the other non-Chien Paos. I could gust up the Baxcalibur. He's knocked out for 1. Manaphy's 1 prize. Radiant Credentials all 1 prize. So I could gust up any of those guys, and as long as I take out the 2 Chien Paos with my damage counters, I have game. So they're being real slow, unfortunately. So I don't know. Did they kind of stop playing because they don't think they're going to win? It kind of has that feel to it. Let me just look. So see, so they've stopped playing, and that's just too common of a situation here, I got to say. I don't like that at all, right? So I'm going to research because I have Prime Catcher, right? And I do this. I do this. And now I Dragapult for game. 200 and place 6. And I place, you're at 220. You're at 220. And I will, might as well just pile on you, but take 6 prizes. And that's game. And unfortunately, I got an opponent who, you know, they got tired of the situation. But hey, they did have an out. They had a potential out, is what I'll say. So taking 5, and I would have taken 6 prizes if necessary that turn. So very nice. Just set up the numbers with Noivern's 70 damage and just then ultimately cleaned up. Canceling Clone obviously could have gotten them the win if they had that. It might be in deck, but not in hand, but not available. I don't know. And I don't think it was the discard pile, but maybe it was, and I didn't fully look for it there. So got the win. The deck did its thing. What I'll say is the deck can set up fast. That's the nice thing with this build, right? With the Teal Mask Ogerpon, you can attack turn 2 with Regidrago VSTAR. You have less control, I think, with this deck of what attacker you have. Now, but once you have Regidrago VSTAR in play, you do have Legacy Star ability, which is good to get in cards in the discard and reusing some very important cards. So it can start doing big damage turn 2, and if not, as you saw that last game, the Noivern wall, the walling of the Noivern super good. The spreading of the damage is awesome there. I don't think it was any of these games in this video, but Raging Bolt's also very good for its big damage. Just be careful because you're discarding a bunch of energy, so think about what you have next turn. And I'm not sure if I use Hisuian Goodra in these games that are going to upload or not. I haven't fully decided the games. As I'm kind of doing the summary, I'm not sure which games I'm actually going to include, but that's a good attack too. 200, just like Dragapult EX, but that 80 damage reduction can be more important than the 60 spread. So it's a very nice mix of options and a very solid deck. And this is the turbo build, I think, with the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, a little less consistent, but setting up faster, I think, will lead to a higher win rate. So definitely give it a try. You have to decide if it's the style deck you like or not. But let me know in the comments below what you think is the best build. There's the Gardenia's Vigor, there's Arceus, and there's the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and any other attacking options you think that should be in the deck, because obviously it's a box-style deck. Let me know what else you think there. Anyway, have fun, take care, play some Pokemon.